This is a Manta Sports Media presentation of 16th Region softball action. Happy Saturday morning to you. It's a overcast Saturday as the meeting is just now going on at the home plate, and we're about ready to bring you a doubleheader here today as we are going to be having the West Carter Comets, currently 0-8 on the season, and they're going to be taking on the visiting Bourbon County Lady Colonels. Of course, Bourbon County coming in today for this doubleheader action. And they are currently 2-4 on the season. And so this is Jeff the Mantis Irwin coming to you live here from West Carter Middle School, doing your play-by-play and video and stats and a little bit of everything else here this afternoon. And so as we said, that West Carter been struggling a little bit so far in this rebuilding year. A lot of players, this is their first year in softball, and they're getting a little bit better. They're starting to learn the game a little bit more. They're having still some time periods in which a player that would be a little bit more seasoned would be able to make the plays and everything else. But we're hoping that they're going to put out a good showing here today against this Bourbon County Lady Colonels team. And, of course, Bourbon County started off the season pretty well, picked up their first two wins against Campbell County and Paris in their opening games in March 29th and 30th. They defeated Campbell County 10-7 and then defeated Paris 15-0. But ever since then, it's been all downhill for the Lady Colonels. Ended up losing their last four, so they're on a four-game losing streak so far here today as they've lost to Bryant Station, George Rogers Clark, Pendleton County, and Estill County. And as we mentioned, this is going to be a doubleheader action here this afternoon, as this was originally scheduled for a one game matchup between these two teams, but they decided to back up the time just a little bit to start out at noon, and then they were going to go ahead and run a doubleheader, and so both these games will be scheduled for 5 innings. So we'll take a quick look right now as they're at the meeting of our starting lineups. And, of course, we'll start out with the visiting Bourbon County Lady Colonels. Of course, at first at bat is going to be Kaylee Barker. And so Kaylee is starting out for them. And let's see what position she's going to be playing for this afternoon. She's going to be in the 6th slot.
The drive-in has the food to get your day started away, from delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back here live at West Carter Middle School. Do apologize, a little bit of technical issues with our internet service, but looks like we are back and up and online once again for you here for this doubleheader matchup between the Bourbon County Lady Colonels and the West Carter Lady Comets. Of course, real quick, once again, we'll go through the lineups for you that way so that you can see who is going to be batting for starting out the Lady Colonels of Bourbon County. And so the starting lineup is going to be number 1, Kaylee Barker, number 2, Emma Dahlstrom, number 3, Micah Hayes, number 4, Katie Pfister, number 5, Shelby Gross, number 6, Kendall Fowler, number 7, Micah Olson, number 8, Alyssa Nichols, and number 9, Kaylee Harrington. Then, of course, Bourbon County is also working with the flex player as well, and that is going to be Witt. Will be at third base, but will not be batting. And so taking a look real quick for the Lady Comets. A little bit of a change up in their lineup here. Of course, the batting order is still going to be the same. Haley James will be batting first, but she'll be at second base. Cameron Burton is going to be in the circle today, and she's the number 1 pitcher today. And then batting third is going to be Emma McGlone at first base. Chloe Lambert taking her spot out from behind as catcher, and she'll be at third base today. Kenley Atkins will be out in left field. Trinity Salmons will be catcher. Lainey Reynolds will be at shortstop. Brandy McGlone will be at center field. And Jordan Porter will be at right field. And so as we see now, Burton getting loosened up in the circle here today. Of course, the Bourbon County Lady Colonels will be in the white jerseys here today, while Wes Carter will be in the maroon jerseys. And so now up to bat for Bourbon County is going to be number 9. That is Kaylee Baker. Here's Cameron's first pitch to her. And that is going to be a called strike 1. And then there's a hit, and that is going to be off of the netting here, and that is going to be out of play. So that will be strike 2 to Baker. So 0-2's the count to Baker as she's got a quick shoe tie out there. And she's back in the batter's box. Burton's in the circle on the plate. There's the windup and the 0-2 pitch, and that is going to be out toward left field. And it looks like this is going to be extra bases for Baker as she makes it safely to second. And so that is going to put the first runner on base for Bourbon County here in the top of the first inning. And then now up to bat now is going to be Dahlstrom. She's the second baseman. There's the pitch. And that's going to be a little bit low, ball 1. So this is our first time looking at Burton pitching here today. She's pitched earlier in the season. As that's going to be high ball 2, and the runner advances out to third. And that's going to be high, ball 3. So 3-0 now to Dahlstrom. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and that's going to be called strike 1. So 3-1 now to Dahlstrom. With a runner on third.
That's what he said. I told him, ain't nothing we can do about it. I mean, he needs to give better directions. He said he sounded mad.
And that is going to be ball 4, and so that is going to put runners at first and third. And so Micah Hayes now going to be the batter for Bourbon County. And that first pitch is going to be in the dirt, and that's going to advance the runners. As Dahlstrom ends up stealing second and third. But they're going to say, I believe, no pitch, and they're going to put bases loaded now. And so that's going to bring up Pfister with bases loaded, and that first pitch going to be fouled off, going to be strike one. Second one's going to be a hits batsman, and so that is going to put the first run of the evening. Apparently, that last one was a hits batsman as well, and so that's going to put the first run on the board for Bourbon County. And that is going to be called ball one. And that one's going to be foul. So 1-1's now the count. Bases loaded, full of Lady Colonels. And that's another pass ball, but this time the runners stay, so it's going to be 2-1 is now the count. So 3-2 now the count here to Gross. Or excuse me, 3-1 the count to Gross. And that one's going to be passed by, and there will be a walk there by Burton. So that's going to put across the second run here of the inning for Bourbon County. And that one is going to hit Fowler, and so there goes into another run. So our score 3-0 right here at the top of the first inning, as that's the third hit batsman for Bourbon County in this inning. And so that's going to be bringing up the designated player, Micah Olson. As Bourbon County with just one hit, but a few walks and a couple hit batsmen. And coach or manager, Zach Stevens, out there try to calm down Burton. It's easy to get rattled in a first inning like this, but she started out very well against the first batter. But has struggled just a little bit since then. Typically, McGlone is the pitcher for West, but Burton as the relief pitcher. But she's coming out in her start here today. And she immediately responds with a strike. And so that was a good strike down the middle there against Olson. So 0-1 the pitch, or 0-1 now to Olson. There's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike two. So 0-2 now to Olson, as here's the delivery by Burton, and that is going to be our first strikeout of the evening, as she gets Olson swinging. And so that is 3 strikes and the first out for Wes Carter.
First baseman, number 16, Nichols.
And now the first baseman, Nichols, coming up to bat for the first time here, and that one's low in the dirt and be ball one. So Burton had a good comeback after getting a little pep talk there by Coach Stevens. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a little bit low, ball two. And that's going to be called strike one. So 2-1 now to Nichols. One out, bases loaded. And that's going to be a bit high pass ball, but runners are going to stay, so it's going to be 3-1's the count. As she's on the pitcher's plate in the circle, there's the pitch, and there's a swing. Okay, do apologize for the technical issues that we've had, but we are here back at West Carter again. We're having a little bit of internet trouble through AT&T. We'll try to see if we can try to get that ironed out here as Bourbon County has put on some more runs, and there's a hit now by number 45, Micah Hayes, and she gets a single. And so we'll try to get our stats up to par here. And so this is going to be Pfister. The pitcher, she's 0 for 1 today. I believe with a bat in there. That's a pass ball, and that's going to be another stolen base by Bourbon County. So West Carter with 2 outs here and 8 runs. And once again, we do apologize for the technical issues. I had to restart the computer, and hopefully everything will be ready to go. But West Carter ended up getting out of that inning with 9 runs to Bourbon County. And so up to bat now is Cameron Burton for West as James grounded out to first. And there's a swing and a miss. And that is strike 3, so that will be 3 out, or the second out for West Carter. And coming up to the plate now, number 7, Emma McGlone. And so it's going to be 1-1 right now to McGlone with 2 outs here at the bottom of the second inning, or bottom of the first inning. And we'll see if we can get our scoreboard up here. And that is going to be 3 up, 3 down for West Carter. So going into the bottom of the second inning, or the top of the second inning, our score is Bourbon County 9, West Carter 0. So we'll be back here momentarily here on Manta Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
Have you been involved in an accident? Or are you stuck in a situation that requires legal intervention? Then it is time to lawyer up with the Hamilton Law Group. Brandon T. Hamilton will fight for you to get what you are entitled to. The Hamilton Law Group, with offices in Moorhead and Olive Hill, Kentucky, are ready to serve you. Call us at 606-764-0125 or be sure to check out our Facebook page.
To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports.
And we're back here at West Carter Middle School. We're at the top of the second inning. Our score is Bourbon County 9, West Carter 0. And so that's going to be bringing up number 44, Micah Olson. There's the pitch. And that's going to be called strike one. So here's the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a bit high, ball one, so 1-1's now the count. And so 2-1, now our count here to Olson. Get our names and everything else back up there, and that's going to be high. Ball three, so 3-1 now the count to Olson. There's the 3-1 pitch, and that is going to be a hit to center field. And she's trying to get underneath it, and that is going to be the first out. So good hit there to the center fielder. And West Carter picks up their first out here of the second inning. And so now Alyssa Nichols, the first baseman, up to bat for Bourbon County. That one's going to be low in the dirt, ball one. But they're going to say that one hit her as it, I believe, it bounced off the dirt and picked up on her. So that's going to put a runner on first base. And now Harrington up to bat. And that's going to be a 1-0 pitch. I didn't quite see the contact of the ball on that pitch, but she was awarded first base. And that's going to be called strike one, so 1-1's now the count to Harrington. Here's the 1-1. And that one made contact with her that time, and so two hits batsman puts runners on first and second for Bourbon County. And so that's going to bring up to the plate number 9, Kaylee Barker.
Now batting the shortstop, Kaylee Barker. Baker. Whatever. I'm going to get them wrong on purpose.
There's the pitch, and that's going to be just a bit low, so ball one. Yeah, West Carter definitely having a little bit of control issues at the pitching position. But these are, these pitchers are not used to this level of play, and so they're going to have to come through, and they're going to develop as time goes on. So here's the 2-0 pitch. Going to be low, ball three. So 3-0 now to Baker. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that is going to be ball four, so that's going to walk get the bases loaded once again for Bourbon County here at the top of the second inning. So Dahlstrom going to be up now. She's eighth grader. Second baseman, and she's now up to bat here in the top of the second inning. And that is a good hit up the gap. That's going to score at least 2. As she's going to hold out at first, and so that's going to score 2 runs for Bourbon County and on that hit, and so that is going to be 11 runs now for Bourbon County here in the top of the 2nd inning. And so that's going to bring Micah Hayes up to bat for Bourbon County. And that's going to be a bit high, and the runner is going to steal and advance to second base. So we'll have runners at second and third base for Bourbon County, with 1 out here in the top of the 2nd inning. There's the pitch, and there's a hit and a foul. So it's going to be 1-1 now to the batter, Hayes. There's the pitch, and a bit high. That one goes into the back net, and so that is going to be 2-1 now to Hayes with runners at second and third base. There's the pitch, and that's going to be 3-1 now to Hayes. As Baker was thinking about taking home, but ended up going back. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that's going to be a pass ball, and that's going to be ball 4. And so the runner from second is going to, or the runner from third is going to advance to home plate. And so that will put runners at the corners. With Bourbon County getting their 12th run here in the top of the 2nd inning. And that's going to bring up Katie Pfister. It's going to be a pass ball, and that will advance the runner out to second base. That was a called ball, so it would be 1-0 now to Pfister. There's the pitch, and there's a good hit toward shortstop. And try to see if they get her out at first, and they're going to say they got her, but that scored a run in on that play as well. So 2 outs now for the Lady Comets as they get the runner at first. And now Shelby Gross, the center fielder, getting ready to go at bat. So 2 outs now for the Lady Comets. It's going to be a pass ball, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Burton. That's going to be a swing and over the backstop, and that'll be out of play. So 1-1's now the count to Gross. Comets with 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd inning. As we said, remember this is a double header in between games. We're going to be off the air for about 30 minutes, try to work out some of the kinks and everything else that we've kind of had plague us a little bit here today, but we'll see if we can try to get her back up and rolling here. So 2-1 the count now to Gross, and now that makes ball 3. 3-1 now to the batter. 2 out, runner at third. There's the pitch. And that is going to be ball 4, so there'll be runners at the corners once again for Burton. As now number 43, Kendall Flower. She's the right fielder and a freshman for Bourbon County. There's the pitch. A bit high, and so that is going to advance the runner out to second base. As 1 ball, no strikes now to Fowler. And there's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. So Burton's got Fowler down 1-1. Runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. There's a pitch, and that one is up and out of play. Hit it right over here on top of the press box. We have the scorekeeper and the announcer ready to catch it, but that roof just got right in the way. So that'll be 1-2 now to Fowler. There's the 1-2 pitch. And just barely missed that, so 2-2 now to Fowler. There's the 2-2 pitch, and there's a swing and toward third base. And tries to get it over, but ends up getting it to the pitcher, and so that will advance on one more run. So we'll have runners at the corners once again here for Bourbon County.
How about number 44, Micah Olson?
And so Olson back up to bat again. And there's going to be called strike 1. So runners at the corners. 2 outs for the Lady Comets. And there's going to be a hit up toward shortstop. That'll pass by her. That's going to score 1 run as the other runners stay put. And so that'll be the 15th run here for Bourbon County. And so that's going to be bringing up Alyssa Nichols once again to the plate. There's the pitch by Burton, and it's a little bit low, ball 1. There's the 1-0 pitch, a bit high, ball 2. So as we said, this has definitely been a rebuilding year, and in a couple years' time, this team, they'll get the experience in them and get these freshman and sophomore players, some experience at this high school level, at the varsity level. And eventually they'll start making those decisions, that's going to start to get them the outs because, right now it's just kind of a difficult game for them because, some of them, this being their first year. And that'll be ball 3, so that'll load up the plate or the bases once again for Bourbon County. And that's going to bring up number 18, Kaylee Harrington.
Now batting the left fielder, Kaylee Harrington.
But yeah, it's one thing that these players eventually, this is not definitely a sport that you can just come into and just say, hey, I think I'm going to play softball one day or baseball one day and, be good at it to start out with. It does take some good field awareness, some situational awareness, knowing, where the runners are at, what base to throw to, especially in the skill positions of pitcher and catcher. It's one of those things that it takes some time. And, you can train up a person to be a pitcher, but it takes a whole lot longer than what these girls have had to play so far because a lot of these players plays other sports. And so there's a called strike, so 2-1 now to Harrington. So it's just going to take a while to develop these players into a team that will have some success. And there's a pop-up, and there is the third out as Burton takes care of that herself, gets the pop-up out there, and so that will finish things off here for the top of the second inning. Our score right now is Bourbon County 15, West Carter 0, with the next three to bat as West Carter went 0 for 3 in the top or bottom of the second or first inning. And so we'll be back here momentarily here on Mantis Sports Media.
To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
I'm Governor Andy Beshear. What if you had COVID-19 and didn't know it? Imagine unknowingly spreading it. No one wants that. So wear a mask. Do it for your family. Do it for our economy. Do it for your own health.
And we're back here at West Carter Middle School where we're bringing up 4, 5, and 6 for the batting lineup for West Carter. And leading off will be number 23, Chloe Lambert. Of course, as we mentioned, as we've seen on there with the Cecilia's Country Market next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In, make sure that you do check them out because Judy Drive-In's now opened up for some of their shows. I believe they started a weekend ago, and so they're trying to get things started back up here as the count's now 1-1 to Lambert. So here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike 2, so 1-2 now to Lambert. As Katie Pfister, the pitcher for Bourbon County, so far with a no-hitter at the moment. And that is going to be called strike 3. So as they're trying to figure out what's going on. Yep, and that will finish things off there for Lambert as a little bit of confusion going back. Guess she wasn't for sure if he called the strike or not, but that is now going to be bringing up the fifth batter for the Lady Comets, and that's going to be number 12, Kinley Atkins. This will be her first at bat here today for the Lady Comets. And there's the pitch, and that's going to be a bit high, ball 1, so 1-0 now to Atkins. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bit high once again, so 2-0 the count to Atkins, so Atkins getting ahead so far. Of course, West Carter with one out here in the bottom of the second inning. And that's going to be called strike 1, so 2-1 now to Atkins. And there's the pitch. And there's a hit down the center. The pitcher's going to throw it to the first baseman, and that is going to be out. So that'll be the second out for West Carter as Kinley Atkins grounds out to the pitcher. And so that's going to be bringing up the sixth batter here today for West Carter. That's going to be number 11, Trinity Salmons. And there's the pitch. Called strike 1. So 0-1 now to Salmons as she falls down in the count a little bit early on. And that one's going to be just a little bit low, ball one. So 1-1 now to Salmons. There's the pitch. And that's going to be low once again. So 2-1 to Salmons as Pfister a little bit behind in the count. There's the pitch. And that's going to be a bit high. Ball three. So 3-1 now to Salmons as Pfister has not had anyone on base yet. She's been holding them off. And there's a swing. So full count now. And there's the pitch. And that's going to be strike three. So that will finish things off for Wes Carter here in the second inning. So our score, and I believe that's going to be after the bottom of the second, that's going to be Bourbon County 15, West Carter 0. So we'll be back here momentarily here live on Facebook at Mantis Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
Have you been involved in an accident? Or are you stuck in a situation that requires legal intervention? Then it is time to lawyer up with the Hamilton Law Group. Brandon T. Hamilton will fight for you to get what you are entitled to. The Hamilton Law Group, with offices in Moorhead and Olive Hill, Kentucky, are ready to serve you. Call us at 606-764-0125 or be sure to check out our Facebook page.
To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfast, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
And we're back here at West Carter Middle School where Burton starts out with a hits batsman as number 9 came up to bat, Kaylee Baker, and ended up getting hit by a pitch. And so that is going to bring up now number 6, Emma Dahlstrom. So here's the pitch by Burton, and that is going to be a bit high, and so that will send the runner to second base. As she steals second base once again. That's Kaylee Baker. So it's 1-0 now to Dahlstrom. And there's the pitch, and that's going to be high, ball 2. So 2-0 now to Dahlstrom as Burton falls behind the count. From the pitcher's plate in the circle, Here's the 2-0 pitch, and there's a hit towards short, and that is going to pass on through. That's going to bring in 1 run as Dahlstrom is going to hold at first. And so now the senior catcher, Micah Hayes, now at bat for Bourbon County. There's the pitch, and that's going to be a bit high, ball 1. So 1-0 the count now to Hayes. And that one's going to be low in the dirt, ball 2, as that is going to advance up Dahlstrom, and so she makes it to second base on a pass ball. So 2-0 to Hayes. And there's a hit toward left field, and that one's going to fall in. And so Dahlstrom's going to get a single on that, as I believe it is Dahlstrom advances up to second base, or excuse me, to third base. So we will have runners on the corners for Bourbon County. So now's the pitcher, number 11, Pfister. And that one's going to be a bit high, and so as Hayes steals second. 1-0 now to Pfister. There's the pitch. And that's going to be low, ball 2. So 2-0 now to the pitcher. There's the windup and the pitch, and that is going to be a hit toward third base as try to get her out at first, and that's just a little bit high as Lambert ends up throwing that over the first baseman's head, and that is going to bring in 2 runs. As Pfister makes it to second base on the throwing error over toward first base. And so that is going to bring up Shelby Gross. As she swings at that one, that's going to be strike 1. Still no outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bourbon County leading right now 18-0. And that's going to be high, ball 1. So 1-1 now to the batter. There's the 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be low, ball 2. So 2-1 now to Gross. There's the 2-1 pitch, and that's going to be a little bit low, ball 3. Here's a 3-1 delivery, and that is going to be hit foul, so full count now to Gross. There's the full count pitch. And that's going to be a hit batsman, as that's going to bring Gross out to first base.
Now batting the right fielder, Kendall Fowler.
And so now the right fielder, Kendall Fowler is up to bat now for the Lady Colonels, as they are up on top 18-0 right now with at the top of the 3rd, no outs, runners at first and second. That's going to be a bit high, ball one. Here's the delivery by Burton, and that's going to be a bit high, ball two. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss, strike one. So Kendall Fowler, 2 balls, 1 strike. As Burton's in motion, and that is a hit toward the third base line, and that is going to be a foul ball. So 2-2 now to Fowler. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be a bit high. So full count now to Fowler. There's Burton from the plate, and that is a swing and a miss, and so that will be a strikeout there for Cameron Burton. Oh, foul tip, excuse me, foul tip. She caught just a very little bit of that. There's the pitch, and that one's going to be out of play. So still full count there for Fowler. Runners at first and second. And here's the full count. And that is going to be low, ball 4. So that will put the runners on bases loaded. Now coming up here for
Bourbon County, number 44, Micah Olson.
Is Olson. Or it looks like she's got a shirt on that says 24. Let's see who. Don't have a 24 on our roster, but they've got her up to bat, and that is going to be a bit high. So 1-0 the count to the batter. And now 2-0. Top of the third. No outs. Bases loaded. And so it's going to be 3-0 the count to the batter. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that is going to be another run for Bourbon County. As now that's going to be bringing up number 16, Alyssa Nichols.
Now batting number 16, Alyssa Nichols. I'll play between innings. I can't play when you come
And there's a hit toward shortstop. Goes across over to first and is going to, I believe, pick up the out. So one run comes in for Bourbon County. So now number 18, Carrie Harrington, up to bat now for the Lady Colonels. That one's going to be low on the dirt, ball one. So 19-0, Bourbon County is on top. And there's a hit toward the third base, but that is going to make it just beyond. And so that's going to bring in another runner for Bourbon County on the single there. And excuse me, that was two that scored. So 21-0 now with Wes Carter. And that one's going to be a bit high, ball one. So 21-0 here at the top of the third inning. One out, runner on first. And that's going to be a bit low, ball two. So Burton definitely doing some battling here today. It's going to be a bit high, ball three. So 3-0 the count to the leadoff hitter, Baker. There's the pitch. And that's going to be called strike one, but runner will advance out to second base. There's the pitch, and that's going to be a little bit low. Ball four, so they'll put runners at first and second base. As that's going to be bringing up number 6, Emma Dahlstrom. As I believe she hit out toward right center last time and ended up with, I believe, a double, if I'm not mistaken. There's the pitch, and that's going to be a bit high, ball one. So runners at first and second, one out, top of the third inning. And there's the pitch, that's going to be a bit high, ball two. In the motion, here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be off the plate, ball three. Here's the 3-0. And it's going to be called strike one. As runner advances over to third base. So we have runners here at the corners. There's the pitch, and that's going to be a little bit low, ball four. So that will put runners load up the base once again here for Bourbon County. As that's going to be bringing up number 45, Micah Hayes.
The batter's box for Bourbon County, number 45, Micah Hayes.
As Coach Stevens coming out to talk to his hurler. Of course, last time Coach Stevens came out to talk out to Burton, she struck out the next batter in 3 straight pitches. So let's hope that lightning strikes twice here today. So the meeting at the circle is over. So there's a hit towards short, and that's going to hit through the gap, and so that's going to bring in 2 runs on the single there by, I believe that was Hayes. So the pitcher now, Katie Pfister, up to bat for Bourbon County as they go on top 23-0 here, still at the top of the first inning, 1 out. So 1-0 the count to Pfister. There's the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be a bit inside, so 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes to the opposing pitcher, Katie Pfister. And that's going to be a little bit low, ball 3. So 3-0 now to Pfister. Runners at first and second. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a bit high, so that will... And so the center fielder, Shelby Gross, coming up now. As the umpire talking to the opposing manager. So still 1 out, bases loaded. And there's a hit up toward shortstop. Going to try to get it over to first, and I think she pulled her leg on that one, and so that is going to bring in 1 extra run. Throw was just a little bit off the mark from the shortstop. McGlone had to pull off the base to try to get it. She ended up getting it and keeping it in play, but that damage was already done. So coming in now batting is Dixie Brainerd, number 25 for the Lady Colonels. There's the pitch, and that is a bit high. So 1-0 to the new batter, Brainerd. There's the 1-0 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, so 1-1. And there's the 1-1, so that's going to be low in the dirt, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here for the Lady Colonels here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bases loaded. Wes Carter in desperate need of a double play. And so that's going to even up the count at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be behind the batter, so 3-2, full count now for Burton to Brainerd. Full count pitch, and that is going to be a foul tip. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, and that is going to be a strikeout there for Burton. As she gets the second out of the inning here for Wes Carter. And there's the pitch and a swing and a miss. As that ball bounces off the catcher and heads down, and so that's going to advance the runners. So that puts the 25th run on the board for Bourbon County.
I think that's number 7, Brooklyn Woods.
And we think that it's Brooklyn Woods. She's got a pullover on here. Her pullover has number 24 on it. There's not a 24 on the roster. Of course, it is a little bit of a cold afternoon here. And there's a hit down the third base line, and that is out of play. So that is going to be 0-2 now, as we think that's Brooklyn Wood. And that's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. So 1-2 the count to Wood. So 2 outs, runners on second and third. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be a hits batsman, so that is going to load up the bases once again for Bourbon County. And that's going to bring up, looks like now this is Brooklyn Wood coming up to bat, number 7. So we'll have to figure out who's got the pullover on. Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. That pullover has got us confused. As we said, it is a cold day. Long sleeves are required out on the field as there's a hit. And they're going to get the out at first as she just kind of gave herself up. It was a fielder's choice, but they're going to say that was a foul ball.
Brooklyn Woods.
So 0-1 the count. As that one, they said it went out before it bounced to the pitcher. So 1-1 now the count to Woods. Of course, fielder's choice, any base, any force out will work for Wes Carter to get themselves out of this third inning. And there's a good hit towards center field and good catch by number 3, Brandy McGlone. And so she helps to put things away here in the third inning for Wes Carter. So Bourbon County right now 25 runs off of 10 hits, no errors, and we are heading into the bottom of the third. So we'll be back here momentarily here on Mantis Sports Media.
The drive-in has the food to get your day started. Donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
And we're back here at West Carter Middle School where there's a pitching change. So the relief pitcher, Emma Dahlstrom, coming in now for Bourbon County Lady Colonels as West Carter in need of some hits and some runs here to try to keep themselves alive in this shorter 5-inning game. Of course, they're up against the mercy rule here, 15 after 3 innings. And so that's going to be bringing up Alana Reynolds now, the freshman, number 25, up to bat for West Carter.
Getting off the bottom of the third for Lady Colonels, number 25, Laney Reynolds.
And so new pitcher now for Bourbon County. We'll see how she comes out. Seen her a little bit during warm-ups, and she can be hit and miss occasionally. So we'll see how she comes into bat cleanup. And so there's a swing and a miss, strike 1 to Reynolds. So falling behind 0-1. And that's going to be foul ball. So 0-2, Reynolds quickly getting in a hole here in the count. So no balls, 2 strikes. As Dahlstrom to Reynolds. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be a bit high, ball 1. So 2-1 now to Reynolds. Or 1-2, excuse me, 1-2 to Reynolds. And there's going to be a foul tip and out of play as that is off the dugout. And so that is going to be still 1-2 to Reynolds as she keeps herself alive here in her first at bat here today. Some dark clouds starting to move in here at West Carter. And there's going to be swing and a miss, strike 3. So Dahlstrom gets her first strikeout here of the evening as Katie Pfister ends up with a no-hitter in her 2 innings. And so this is going to be bringing up Brandy McGlone. She got that out at center field to close out the top of the 3rd inning. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. Of course, Brandy McGlone, a sophomore for West Carter. And that's going to be off the plate. So 1-1 now to McGlone. Of course, West Carter, no seniors, or one senior this year, Emily Henderson, as she is coming in from the cheerleading squad. And so she's the lone senior, a couple juniors for West Carter. So this is a very young team that they're fielding out there today. And there's going to be a swing and a miss, so that's going to be even count now, 2-2 to McGlone. As we start seeing a few umbrellas starting to pop up out in the fans. And there's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, so that's 2 up, 2 down as Dahlstrom picks up 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And so this is going to be West Carter's last hope here today, number 10, Jordan Porter. As there is a slight little drizzle starting to fall now here at West Carter. And so that one's going to be off the plate, ball 1. 2-1 now to Porter. As Dahlstrom looking to pick up her save. Of course, this rain's starting to fall just a little bit harder out here at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Porter. Of course, West Carter has not had anybody on base just yet this game. And there's going to be a swing and a miss, strike three. And so that is going to finish things up here at West Carter. So our final here is going to be Bourbon County 25, West Carter 0. We'll be back here momentarily here after a word from our sponsors here on Mantis Sports Media.
The drive-in has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And so for game one of this doubleheader is going to go to Bourbon County with a final score of 25 runs, 10 hits, and no errors in 3 innings. To West Carter's no runs, no hits, and off 3 errors. So we're going to take a little bit of a break. There's supposed to be a 30-minute break here between games 1 and 2. So we'll go off the air and take a little bit of a break, and hopefully the rain will hold off a little bit, and we will be back for the second game here of the evening here in about 30 minutes. So stay tuned here to Mantis Sports Media. Thank you for tuning in, and once again, do apologize for the technical errors, but it looks like we've got most things fixed out here. So we will be back here in about 30 minutes for game 2 of the doubleheader between the West Carter Lady Comets and the Bourbon County Lady Colonels. So thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll be back here in about 30 minutes here on Mantis Sports Media.